He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Lumberton, North Carolina, where a man is being treated at the hospital after officials said he shot himself in what appears to be an accidental discharge Monday afternoon. The shot was fired inside the store at the Super Walmart on Fayetteville Road in Lumberton, according to officials. A car was seen leaving the area at a high rate of speed. According to officials, the officer initiated a traffic stop and discovered a male suffering from a gunshot wound to his leg. The quote from the report said, according to preliminary information, or from wherever they got this, the individual stated he had accidentally discharged his firearm while inside the store. He reported that the firearm had been tucked into his jogging pants without a holster, and when he attempted to reposition it, he unintentionally pulled the trigger through his clothing.
Oops.
We call this the Plexico Burress. Remember the? Maybe you don't remember. That was a long time ago. The Giants wide receiver who brought a Glock to a nightclub in New York and then had it in sweatpants and they popped off around while he was at a nightclub.
Yeah, I don't remember that one specifically, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you're going to carry in sweatpants, carry in a holster. I guess. I do have a holster that was given to me that actually, it's not a widely available holster. It's a holster that a guy who has a company of some kind, it's 3D printed, and it has a weird clamp on it. It's a little bit bulky. It's made for a Glock 19, but it'll clamp onto pretty much any hunk of clothing, and the thing ain't going anywhere. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
I actually it's a right-handed holster though, so I don't really use it much, but it was I carried it around in sweatpants one time and it actually stayed put.
Oh, wow.
I had to actually, cinch off the sweatpants. Otherwise then it's just going to pull them off of me. But yeah, I was kind of impressed. I didn't have to have them on a belt. It actually hung on to the fabric, because it's kind of folded over and sewn, and there's a little bit more in the waistband than there is in the rest of it. But
yep,
it was kind of neat. Anyway, so this is not new news. It was last week news, maybe the week before. I can't remember. With Nationals going on, everything was kind of a blur. So Glock has not announced that they're not coming out with a new series of pistols, and they have not announced that they're discontinuing every model of Glock there is, because they're only going to make the new series of pistols that they have not announced that they're not making.
Yes.
It's so fucking weird. But everybody knows about it, but they haven't actually said it yet.
Everyone knows because of leaks.
Well, they had to notify dealers, and then dealers sent stuff to people, and some of the people who are in the gun media are dealers, so they got the emails and the PDFs, and I was looking at one that this was on USA Carry, and it looks like an email newsletter that was. If you haven't seen this, I'll put it in the rundown for you, Jeff, so you can see what I'm talking about. It basically says they're going to come out with the commercial models will be the Glock 17, 19, 19X, 45, 26, 20 MOS, 23, 23 MOS, 21 MOS. So the only way you're getting MOS is either a 40 or a 10 millimeter or a 45. And then the 44, the 22 caliber. There will be some distributor exclusive models. The G19C, the G45C, the G17C, and the G19X MOS with a threaded barrel. So
no Glock 47?
No.
I mean, Ben Steger suck their dick so hard about that gun, and they're not even going to release the V version.
I watched a video today by Mr. Guns and Gear, and he said this is a thing they have done traditionally with the MOSs. They come out with a new model, and then the MOS version comes later, which after he said that, I kind of remember, that is kind of a thing they do. But But hey, you're better off just having it cut by Stonebridge Gunworks anyway. So just do that.
Yeah.
It's way better to have a cut gun than a plate gun. I'm such a strong believer in it now, especially when I'm not the one who installs it.
Yeah, those minor little details.
Yeah. No, between the two guns Vince has cut for me, somewhere in the neighborhood of 13,000 rounds between the two guns, and they're fine. They're hunky dory. But yeah, as far as the why of this V series, the lawsuits about the Glock switches and whatnot is the why. I think most people kind of understand this. It's too easily modifiable, according to lawsuits. And I watched a video by James Reeves last week talking about how, well, all the rest of the pistols on the market right now pretty much comply with what they're saying. So all Glock is doing what everybody else is already doing. But of course, we have lots of hand wringing and thou shalt not infringe and so on and so forth. And this is a business decision. That's all it is. Would you rather continue to have Glocks or to have them fight until they have nothing left except horse sperm?
Well, and Jesus. And every Glock dealer that I've interacted with has sold out of all Glocks because everyone, even those that do not intend to put switches on them, are like, fuck the government, I'm going to buy these. And so Glock they're crying all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
And then they're going to release a new class of pistol that I wonder if it's California compliant, because, if I was Glock and California was like, hey, if you put out this pistol, we'll put it on our list so that it's not this. They'd be like, okay, cool.
Well, I think that's probably what's going on here. This is being done to come. I think it's a California lawsuit. The city of Chicago is also suing them over this. If my memory serves correctly, I'm pretty sure. Looking around on Gunbroker, I'm trying to find unmodified or no optic included models. The first one I see that is just a regular brand new Glock 47 is starting bid $850, currently at $1,100.
What in the why
fucking
world of
stupid.
sports?
Oh god, it's so funny.
So, and this is all to buy a gun that, unless you're willing to commit a felony, will probably be basically no different than every other Glock that has ever Glocked.
I seriously doubt the functionality is going to change at all. They're doing something to make switches not work. Like, it's going to be extra plastic somewhere or something. I don't know what exactly it's going to be. But the first time I get a V-Series model and tear it apart, I'm like, oh, that's what they did.
Oh, and I could tear both of them apart and go, oh.
You snob. That's so rude.
What?
I'm looking to see if Shields is maintaining their price on a Glock 47. And they're out of stock, of course. Never mind. Out of stock everywhere. So, yeah. I guess if you want to get one, a 47, which I don't know. Okay. Or you could just get the V Series 17 and then get the get it cut or whatever. It's not a 47. I think the hullabaloo over the shorter guide rod and spring, it's actually a heavier spring than a 17.
Yeah.
I think is what I was told by Vince, but whatever. I don't know. I shot one time. It shot like a Glock.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's that. Get your V-Series or get your old one while you can, if at all possible. All right. You slipped in. We'll do that later, because right now we're going to do patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. Or wait, did you want to do that before that?
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Well, it's a thing from the board meeting the other night. We could do it before the ad. Okay. There's new Steel Challenge provisional stages released.
Yeah, for the first time in like 30 years, 20 years. Yeah, since whenever Steel Challenge started, they have come out with a bunch of new stages. I went to dinner with my Steel Challenge friends, and they were explaining the positives and negatives of some of them. I don't know. The 3 box things they weren't a fan of. They said, but like overall, there's change, and that's good. It will be nice to not shoot the same 8 stages that we've been shooting for upwards of 20 plus years.
Trying something new.
Oh my God. It's so amazing. And some of them look fun. I don't know. On paper, my brain is having trouble kind of seeing what it looks like. Double Trouble looks like it's Smoke and Hope, but opposite, which will be fun.
Yeah. They sort of look like stages that already exist, except for the first one. I'm looking at it's from Competition Shooting on Reddit. The very first one, TS001, it has a big stop plate, like an 18 by 24 stop plate. That's different. That's not been done before, has it?
Yeah. Yeah. Outer Limits or
I don't think it has a big one though for the stop plate. Yeah. It's always
It does. It's the one that's at like 35 yards or 40 yards or something like that.
Are you sure?
I'm dead positive.
I don't think that's the stop plate though.
It is.
Okay. Well, that's an old TV show from the 90s. That's not what I wanted. Never mind. Outer Limits. Yeah. I'll take your word for it because I have shot it like once. Because the range that does Steel Challenge here, they don't have a bay big enough to do the big ones. They've run them like twice, like on the rifle range.
Yep.
That's it. But
yeah, so it'll be nice. I think it was explained to me that they're going to take the best 2 or 3 and then maybe rinse and repeat next year. Just keep trying out and tweaking and figuring out what works, which is a good practice.
I wonder if they will ever. I guess a stage that is not one of the 5 is allowed at a match. It just doesn't go in to help your classification.
Right. So no one ever does it.
So no one does it because why would you do something that doesn't help your classification? If that were true, why wouldn't we always do classifier matches? Always. Actually, I think you're prohibited from doing it every match.
You are. And then I think if you did run a classifier match every time, it would probably fill up more than most USPSA matches because most people just want to, like, if you go look at a jiu-jitsu school and you see them post a picture from their testing day, it will be the largest class of any of the pictures they post because people only want to be there for testing.
Yeah. Well, I agree with the movement stages. I don't think they add anything to the sport, really. But it's still like baby steps into movement, you know.
Yep.
It's not movement like USPSA, so it still keeps it as like a good intro level sort of movement thing.
Yeah. But I think, and like anyone who questions Steel Challenge is like the challenge behind it. If you go shoot it, I have shot it many times and I shoot my USPSA classification.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how close they are to each other.
No, I totally agree. I actually made Master in Steel Challenge first. Rimfire pistol open. RFPO, baby. But I did it with a bone stock Ruger Mark IV Light and a Vortex. Or not a Vortex. What's the other dot we like? Burris Fastfire 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So, kind of proud of that. That I made it with a, it's a good gun. It's just harder to shoot.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
No, it's super fun. And when you forget, I have to transition like a motherfucker in this sport.
Yeah.
Like it punishes you if you, because sometimes I just forget to transition hard. I did that a lot at Nationals. I forgot, like, oh, yeah, move your eyes ahead of the gun, dummy. And when I did that, things went better. If you don't do that in Steel Challenge, it punishes you. Your score is so much worse. So, all right, new stages. Now we'll do it. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month, and you'll get all of the rest of this episode where Jeff and I are going to go shopping for things and stuff. What things and stuff? Well, you'll have to subscribe and find out. Also, well, Dark Match is tomorrow when this comes out, so a little late to be advertising that. But MW Activewear, the finest jerseys you can get for your match. I saw a bunch of them at Nationals. A lot of them. But also patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It is only $3.57 a month.